yeah. Is it Tuesday already? Is it time for the fourth episode of The Skeleton Crew? Finally, this might have been the longest week of all the weeks that we've waited for this show, but it's finally here, episode 4. So without further ado, let's predict it because we only got 10 minutes to do so. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Okay, we got 10 minutes till showtime. Throw in your craziest final predictions for this fourth episode of Skeleton Crew. Throw them in the chat right now because we only have 10 seconds to do so. Now, what I think's going on in this fourth episode, I'll show you, is this. This scene with Neel and this new girl, who I'm forgetting her name already, but somebody tell me in the chat. This scene between Neel and this new girl, we're going to this planet. Now, we don't think it's At-Attin, but it could be the other side of At-Attin, but it might not be. I don't think it is. But having said that, we are going to a different planet, which is pretty strange when you think about it because we thought in the end of episode 3 that they were blasting off into hyperspace to go to At-Attin. Like the whole goal of going to see Kim was to get the coordinates back to At-Attin, but that didn't happen. So that's a little bit strange. But with that being said, throw in your craziest predictions in the chat because we only have 9 more minutes now until the show airs. All right, let's say hi to everybody in the chat, shall we? Brandon Baker in the house. Rose, what is up? RG, how we doing? Darth Conan, what is up? Cole Rita in the house. That guy B, what is up? Tony, how we doing? Vegas Gamer, what is up? WUV Grad, how we doing? Fearless, what is up? Your pal Joe in the house. Eddie K, how we doing? Nathan, what is up? If I missed you, you guys know the deal. Just yell at me in the chat. Let's give everybody a nice little
Hello there.
Oh, wow. Nick Thomas says Zeb tonight. Zeb would be absolutely insane. I'd be fully down for that. I think Vegas Gamer wins the award for best chat before the stream started, as it says, oh shit, where'd it go? As it says, weed, check. Arby's, check. A guy who loves Star Wars, check.
This is where the fun begins.
Incredible. Okay. So, throw in your final predictions for this episode, and let's do this. UV Grad says, what if what they meant by destroyed, or on one of these destroyed planets, they stumble upon an old lightsaber? That would be pretty cool. Because we know that Jod Na Nawood wields the Force. Why not wield a lightsaber? You know? That'd be pretty wild. Wyatt says, the website episodes release at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Arizona with Mountain Time, it's 7 p.m. What the fuck? Well, isn't that how time works? It's 9 p.m. here, or it's actually 8:53 right now. Yeah. Yeah. Darth Thor says, end of episode 3, SM33 said that the launching panel was taken apart. Maybe they have an issue with light speed and end up being end up on the Kid War planet. Yeah, I don't think they're making it to At-Attin. Either Kim's coordinates were wrong, or they're going to like fall out of hyperspace or something along those lines. Absolutely. I think it'll be a double cross-bladed lightsaber that we saw in Rebels. Wow, like on Malachor 5. That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. It's 1:48 where you are? Damn. That's early in the morning. 3 a.m., Fearless? Jesus. You guys are troopers. Troopers for that. All right, let's see. I think it's one of the other supposedly destroyed planets that we're going to today. That's a possibility, and that could give us a lot of information about what's actually going on with these planets. Because 8 other planets that are hidden away from the rest of the galaxy that were destroyed. Destroyed. To quote the great Kim the Owl, destroyed long ago. So what does destroyed even mean? Who destroyed it? And why did they destroy it? That's the big question. It wasn't destroyed like the Death Star destroys a planet, like Alderaan. It's not blown to bits. Maybe turned to glass like Mandalore was. Maybe just bombed to oblivion. I don't know. But I think we're going to find out tonight. May the 4th episode be with you. Nice. TJ, what's up? What is up? First episode without a screener. That's true, too. Yeah, so a bunch of content creators, not me. I don't know what's up, Disney. Hey, Lucasfilm, I'd like the first 3 episodes. No, I actually don't. I've talked about this before. I don't want to see them early. I like doing the watch parties and reacting with you guys live, so it would kind of just be all a lie. But it wouldn't hurt to ask. Okay, but having said that, all those content creators got to see the first 3 episodes. Now we're on episode 4, so nobody has seen this. This is when we all go in fresh together. Yeah. Yeah. I would love to see Boba Fett return. I don't know in Skeleton Crew if Boba's going to be coming in. I mean, I'd love to see Boba Fett, don't get me wrong, but I don't know about that. Yeah, so the rumor is that this is going to be a Neel specific episode. It's going to focus a lot on Neel. What does that mean? Like, how are we going to focus on one of these characters over the other? I don't know. Does Neel have some dark, secret backstory that we don't know about? I don't think so. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Definitely a flashback of some sort tonight? I don't know. I think we'll get a flashback in episode 7. That's when we're going to learn about who Jod Na Nawood is. All right, let's talk specifics. Do you guys think that we'll be getting back to At-Attin, or the kids will be getting back to At-Attin tonight? Yes or no? Do you think we'll be getting back to At-Attin tonight? And actually, I'm going to put up a poll in the chat, because I think we will be seeing At-Attin tonight via Wim's dad and Fern's mom, but I don't think we will be going to At-Attin with the kids tonight. I think they're going to extend that mystery a lot longer. If you haven't smashed a freaking like on the stream, do it! I just ended that poll. But let's do this. Do you think we will find out who the supervisor is tonight? Do you think that Wim's dad, Fern's mom, will get to the bottom of this? What's going on their seemingly safe home planet tonight? Will we find out who is behind the curtain on At-Attin? Who is the supervisor? Tell me in the chat. Yes or no? Not yet. Interesting. 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes. 3 minutes! 3 minutes! How many episodes are there? There are 8. 8 episodes. So we still got, this is the halfway mark actually tonight. Halfway mark is tonight. Yeah. Skywalker Academy says, yeah, we'll visit At-Attin in the show, but the kids won't be returning. Yeah, we're going to get hopefully a lot of Fern's mom, Wim's dad, and getting to the bottom of what's going on At-Attin tonight. Yeah. Supervisor will be revealed in the final episode? Come on. You're going to make me wait 4 or 5 more weeks till we get to see that? What the heck? All right, let me scroll back up here for a sec. Adam says, I don't want any Mando lightsabers. What? Mando lightsabers? Oh, any Mandos or lightsabers, maybe? Do you mean? I don't know. Who's your favorite character so far in this? I know everybody. All right. Who's your favorite character? Tell me in the chat. I know everybody's going to say Neel. And Neel's great. Don't get me wrong. But I kind of like SM33 quite a bit. Now, he wasn't really in the last episode, so I won't say SM33. Of the kids, I think it's got to be Fern. KB had a great 3rd episode. Fern had a great first 2 episodes. Wim is awesome. I mean, Wim you relate to the most, or I relate to the most, being that he was me, or I was him. That's more correct. But you got to love Jude Law in anything he does. And Jod, of course, is a mystery, clearly. I actually want to show you guys this before we start. This was the poster that was released for last week's episode. And you see Kim right there. You see the kids walking across the planet, the X-Wings flying around. The New Republic is on their trail. But you look at Jod's face in the poster, and it's like sort of shadowy, you know? You can't really see his face. That's because we don't know his identity. We don't know who he is. He claims to be a Jedi to start the episode. By the end of the episode, he admits to the kids that he is not a Jedi. So it'll be interesting to see if we actually learn any more about Jod Na Nawood tonight, where he came from, how he learned the Force, who he actually is. Crimson Jack, Jod Na Nawood, Captain Silvo, who is he? Now, the big question that I have before this episode comes out, because it comes out in 1 minute, is do you guys think we'll be seeing any bounty hunters tonight? Bounty hunters. Because last episode, Captain Brutus put out a bounty on these kids' head and Jod Na Nawood's head. So do you think we'll be seeing any bounty hunters tonight? And tell me in the chat right now, quickly before this show airs in 20 seconds, okay? Hang on. Let's, everybody remain calm. I'm trying something new with my other screen here, so let's actually put up the timer here. Let's put up the timer. So I think I fixed the timer, and I think I fixed my other screen. So I think we're good to go tonight. Knock on all the woods possible, but we'll figure it out quickly if we aren't. All right, it's 9. It's 9. Is it out? It's out. And there's the girl. Okay. It's called I Can't Say I Remember No At-Attin. Who says that? Oh, SM33. All right. So we're going to press play together. Hang on, chat. We're going to press. Oh. Can you guys hear that? Please tell me now. Okay. Ready? In 3. Whoops. In 3, 2, 1. You guys can't hear that, right? Can you guys hear that? Can you hear that? Please tell me now. I need to see a no in the chat, please. Okay, good. Okay, good. Don't skip any of the recap. I just got the, I got the on the other screen. I don't want you guys to hear it because then I get copyright struck and we don't want that. I've got the coordinates. Come on. Maybe get a little reward, he says. All right. So if you're on time right now, we just got through the recap and we're going into the intro thing. Lucasfilm LTD. By the way, I got some turkey jerky that I'm going to be eating through the course because I'm hungry. Anybody else got any good snacks? Chat? Here we go. Is that? No. Are we back home? Chat? Are we already back? What? We're back. No adults in the cockpit. We're back on At-Attin. I got a feeling we're not. Autopilot landing sequence? What's up with that? I don't think we're actually back on At-Attin, chat. Creepy playground. You'd love to see that. Oh, what was that? Home planet. Told you SM33 is my favorite. Guy's the GOAT. It must be one of the destroyed ones. Tales of the Knights of the what now? I don't think we're in At-Attin yet. No, there's no time jump. It's just one of the different planets. One of the other 8 planets. Oh? He bites it. Uh. At Akron? Knows it well? Come on. SM-33 is going through it. Clogging my trunk. Is that a Mandalorian helmet? There's a statue with no head. Maybe. King No Head. King No Head is legendary. KB, you weirdo, get out of the way. It's like when they meet the Ewoks. What flag do you fly? Who are you? We are Troik? Toik? True story. The enemy approaches. This girl's badass. Hattian soldiers? Hattin soldiers? They got tanks? Oh my god. What is going on? This is crazy, chat. Those look like the things from on Tatooine. Pointless slide. Friend's not impressed. Kids versus the world. That's true, Fearless. All these planets look the same at one point. Or at least that's the theory. Who is this guy? Aina. That's her name. Hatton Zones. Fallen Sanctum. Let's go there. No, fuck that. Let's go there. Fallen Sanctum. Fallen Sanctum. Fallen Sanctum. General Strix. Jod's gonna help save the kids. Nope, Warriors. Let's see it, Jod. What flag do you fly? Just shoot me? Bob Iger's in the chat. What's up, Bob? Neel just wants to get home. What's up, Clinton? Hope you're having a great day. You think, Neel? Captain Obvious? What accent is that, Jen? Eyes will be. It's almost like German or something. Thanks, Brandon. Huh. Neel-centered episode. Damn. I don't think that's on At-Attin. Maybe. What? Hang on. Pause. He just went slap ball. Neel asking the hard-hitting questions yet again. He sprained my trunk. Don't salty slap ball. Oh my god. You can spray in the trunk, apparently. Actually scared me. Of course, KB's a freaking sniper. KB's the crosshair of the crew. Yeah, time to go to this fallen sanctuary or whatever it's called. Lead into battle? Lead into battle? No thanks. Fallen sanctum. Those helmets are very Empire-esque, like the guy in the AT-AT Walker and Hoth. The Empire shouldn't be like anywhere around this planet, and we don't really see any other references to them, which is weird. Time to go. You don't. I don't think you run away from this. Thanks, MC. I appreciate that. Aina. Neel and Heine. Time to go. You got that right. It's gonna be Jod. Hopefully. It's Jod. Did you take out all those? No way. Come on. A treasure. Jod has a heart. Fall in sanctum. Fall in sanctum. Yes. Here we go. Supervisors. Here we go. It's like his I am Groot. I can't say I remember no At-Attin. Join the crew. My house? They're moving in together? Move your trunk. Oh. Random somersault. Cool somersault. Neel will bring peace and justice and security to his new empire. Here we go. Supervisor's tower. Going up. Did someone say going up? Here we get answers. Here we go. Here we go. This. We'll talk about it after. But this is the same room where they're with their kids. I mean, with the parents. Yep. I am Groot. Oh. At A2. At A2, At-Attin, at Akron, whatever this one's called. At Akron. There you go. At Aresia. At a Raven. There's your 9 planets, chat. What is going on? Oh, that makes sense. Because it's a hidden planet, duh. What? Huh. SM33 is the one who found At-Attin. Or him and his old crew. True story. Got a point there. Speaking of droids, SM33 has the freaking coordinates. Let's fix his memory now. He says, oh, tie it back to episode 1, why don't you? Yes! Yeah, you do. Oh, shit. Run! Get him, Neel. Yeah, Neel! Yeah, Neel! He's gonna kill Neel? No! Oh, come on! There. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll wait another week. Fine. Damn, that was a short episode. Not gonna lie, chat. 32 minutes? 32? And you know I always say, if it's a good episode, runtime means nothing. It was a good episode, but runtime means something there. I want more. I want more. Wow. All right, chat. Well, you know the deal. Rank this episode out of 10 in the chat. You know the deal, chat. Rank it out of 10. And while you do, I'm going to put up a poll in the chat. We didn't get any At-Attin this episode. Obviously, we got a lot of information about At-Attin, but we didn't get any information or any actual At-Attin with the parents, which was pretty weird. But rank this episode out of 10 if you have not already. Do it in the chat, and let's put up this poll. What did you think of Skeleton Crew? Skeleton Crew. Can't spell skeleton for some reason right now. Skeleton Crew, episode 4. Episode 4. There we go. Did you love it? Did you like it? Were you like, meh, I mean, it's all right? Or did you hate it? What do we think, chat? Tell me in the chat. Let's close that. Let's fix that. Do that there. Okay. Let's see where we're at, chat. What do we rank this episode out of 10? And what did you think of the episode? 33 out of 10? Nice. I like that. SM33. 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. That was great. 8.9. 6.5. Wow. Low. 9.5. 8. 96. I don't know if that was a 9.6. 8.5. 7. Okay. Drunk out of 10. Oh, okay. 6 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9.5, 7. Okay, so we're kind of all over the board right now. 9, 6, 7.5. Honestly, chat, it's tough. I think I liked last week's in episode 2 better. Is it better than episode 1 is the question. there's a lot going on in this episode. Obviously, it comes to the big reveal that SM-33 is way more important now than ever. That SM-33 and his crew made it to At-Attin. Now, we don't know still what happened between his captain and the rest of the crew. We assume that now, apparently, that maybe they all tried to kill their captain because the captain lied to all of them and executed all the people who saw the coordinates in that room. But we come to this big reveal that SM-33 does know about At-Attin and was ordered to say, I can't say I remember no At-Attin. He was ordered to say that. And it ties back to the very first episode where Fern overrides her droid at home to tell her mom that she was there the whole time. Very, very cool. Very, very great writing. Yeah. But the big thing is we still have no way back to At-Attin. That's the big issue. This episode ended in a weird spot where we don't really know where we're going next. SM-33 has the coordinates, but if they turn him back on, he might kill them. So the big thing is, how are we going to get back home? And SM-33 is still going to be working with them. I wonder if when they turn him back on, he'll forget, or what's going to happen. They can reprogram him, obviously, but we ended in a weird spot that episode. Yes, Neel fainted and whatever, but it was a weird ending. We don't know how we're getting back to At-Attin still. And we actually don't know where episode 5 is going to lead us. It was a weird ending. Definitely a weird ending. But for me, I'm around like a 8. It could go down, it could go up. I'm gonna have to give it a second watch. But I love the stuff with the At-Attin, something like that. This secondary planet of the 9 hidden planets from the Old Republic era, the jewels of the Old Republic, and how it was completely destroyed. There's different factions on the planet. There's different people fighting for their lives on this planet. It was really, really cool. And you get to see the exact same At-Attin, but completely destroyed. And we got to, of course, see what the supervisor's room looks like on this planet, and it probably looks very similar on the other planet, but it does reveal, because we saw that one frame of Wim, Fern, and their parents in that same room, but on At-Attin. So they're going to confront whoever this supervisor really is on At-Attin. They will confront that person. Now, what's really strange is a few things. We don't know how long SM-33 was on At-Attin, turned off with his hand on the lever in that and their ship was covered, because it must have been there for quite some time if it was buried on its own. If that much dirt was put onto the ship on purpose to hide the ship, then that's a little bit different. It could have been a couple years, who knows? But if it just got that dirt on it from over time, it must have been there for thousands upon thousands of years, meaning SM-33 himself is thousands upon thousands of years old, which would be pretty wild. But what we do know is that they have all the other coordinates to the other planets. And from what they just found out, if they can find the supervisor's tower on any of those other planets, then they can find the coordinates to At-Attin, because every supervisor's tower, every fallen sanctum is going to have the coordinates to all the 9 different planets, at least that's how it should work. But I wonder where they're going to go next, because this sort of snowy, mountainy planet, we still haven't seen that yet, and it's in almost all the trailers. That's where I believe the treasure is actually going to be. But wow, I mean, talk about an episode. Talk about an episode. So if you haven't yet, rank it out of 10 in the chat, and let's see where everybody's head's at right now. Let's see where everybody's head is at. Fern says, it's too short. I actually agree with that. On this episode, for the first time ever, I agree that it's too short. The 32 minutes was too short. And it's not that the episode wasn't good, because it was. But like I said, it ended in a spot where we don't know where we're going next. Last week's episode ended great. We jumped into hyperspace after getting the coordinates to what we thought was going to be At-Attin, and we could speculate all week to where they're going next, what's going to happen next. And yes, we can still speculate about all this stuff that happened in this episode, but the end of the episode didn't leave us with where we're going next, because we don't have the coordinates to At-Attin. I mean, I guess SM-33 does, but we don't. So I agree with you. It's a little too short. Rose says, glad to see Fern show vulnerability. Yeah, this was sort of the emotional episode. You felt it. You felt the emotional connections between what was her name? Heine, and Neel, of course. But then Fern really opens up in that, and it was good. It was great. I mean, these actors and actresses, kid actors and actresses, are incredible. They've done an insanely good job so far with just acting. And it's not easy to get a 12, 13-year-old kid to do an incredible performance like that. So, yeah, round of applause to Fern for sure. For sure. Oh, Darth Drafter with a 5-month member says, how old is Hondo? Could he be the captain? That's a good question. No. Hondo is not that old. I can look it up, though. How old is Hondo Ohnaka? So, when he's in the Clone Wars, he's in his... Oh, when he's in Star Wars Rebels, he's in his 60s. So, yeah, no. We're talking about hopefully hundreds, if not thousands of years before. So, I'm going to say no, Hondo is not the captain. No. But what's weird is we don't know if the captain found the treasure on At-Attin. All we know is that his crew is all dead and their ship got stranded there. So it's possible that maybe the captain made it further than that. I don't know. Or they found the treasure and then that kind of caused this divide amongst the crew. Something definitely happened there, though. Maybe they should have done this episode and episode 5 together. Well, I don't know where episode 5 is going to go. I feel like it must be that snowy planet where they all get dressed up in the outfits of the pirates and they're where the buffet, the scene with the buffet. But this episode was needed. The kids didn't trust Jod at all, and he comes through and saves their asses, which was pretty awesome. I really want to know how he got out of that. I mean, obviously he uses the credits, but why do these people mark credits? I think he might have actually killed those people, but I don't know. Well, maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. Yeah. Almost a filler episode? Oh, no, definitely not. This was not even close. This furthered the story, obviously, trying to find the coordinates to At-Attin, figuring out what's really going on with SM-33 and the crew that was found on the planet, the mysterious hidden ship on the planet of At-Attin. But it also gave the kids trust in Jod. They didn't trust him at all. He lied to their faces for the first 2 episodes. So it was definitely not a filler episode. Yeah. Each world is a duplicate of the other. That's true. So all of these hidden planets, all 9 of them, were all the exact same. All the cities, everything. Everything was the exact same. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. And it still brings up the question of why and who. Who hid these planets and why? Why? But we did get something revealed, and that was this planet was destroyed. Like Kim mentioned, this is one of the 9 hidden planets, and it was destroyed. Yes, it was kind of destroyed. I mean, the buildings were destroyed, but there were still people, native people or people who originate from this planet that were fighting each other on the planet. And they still didn't have any sort of communication with the outside world. So, yes, it was destroyed, but was it destroyed by themselves? Or did somebody come in and destroy the planet? Not a lot of answers there. Yeah. The whole season's going to be like 5 hours. Well, it's 8 episodes. So far, the average has been about like 35 minutes, something like that. So, yeah, probably close to 5 hours. That is true. It's almost as long as a trilogy. That's the problem. Like, people complain about watch times, and I'm complaining right now because I wanted this to sort of keep going, but that's just me wanting more, I guess. But people complain about watch times. These shows we're getting are the same amount of content as a freaking trilogy. They're filming movies over here. Yeah. Indeed. But why make At-Attin such a secret? Well, it's the only planet that hasn't been found. And that is the question. Why is At-Attin still hidden? Why did one planet survive all the other ones being destroyed? And I don't know. I have no idea. But somebody found it, and that somebody was the captain of SM-33's former crew. He found the planet. something went wrong when they did find the planet, but he did find the planet and the coordinates. He just destroyed the coordinate. It was wild. I mean, the coordinates are scratched away, and SM-33 says, I did that. And I was like, what to the who now? Yeah. SM-33 was so focused on the treasure. I wonder what that is. Was he focused on the treasure? No, Jod was focused on the treasure. SM wasn't. SM-33 is an assassin droid sent to At-Attin to kill the supervisor? No. SM-33 was a droid who worked for a pirate, his former captain. And that captain was the one who found At-Attin, or found the coordinates to At-Attin. You know? Yeah, no. Melodies of Light says the smart play would be to find a planet at least close to At-Attin and then go there, but they don't know where At-Attin is. If they knew where At-Attin was, to find a planet that's close to At-Attin, well, then we wouldn't be looking for At-Attin. You know? Star Wars, official Star Wars is in the chat. What's up? Can we ask you some questions? Can you answer some questions? They say I can't say I remember no At-Attin. Okay, but let's preface that he does now. He remembers At-Attin, and he remembers the coordinates. What can we ask you that you'll actually answer? That's tough. What can we ask you that you'll actually answer? How about this? Are we ever going to meet the supervisor? Yes or no? I feel like that's an answerable question. I'm not asking like who is the supervisor. I'm just saying, will we ever meet the supervisor? The supervisor might be his old captain. No, because the supervisors are on all 9 of the planets, and they're in these weird towers that nobody's supposed to go in. And they obviously can't be people. They wouldn't have survived this long. So it must be a droid of sort, you know? No answer to that. All right, let's try and come up with a question that you can answer. Can't think of any. Jod Na Nawood, is he a Jedi? Is he a survivor of Order 66? Like, what's going on? No, kidding. I'm kidding. I knew you wouldn't answer that. This is harder than it looks. I'm on the spot here. Let's see. I don't know. I got nothing. Is the super... Any spoilers like for Ahsoka? That's true. For the Acolyte, you did give me something. Do I get any insight on this show? Star Wars, please. Please. Hear me out. Early cloning experiments. Each planet started as the same set of clones, same factories, same droids, etc., and was ran as an experiment to see if they would evolve differently. But why? Why run an experiment on 9 different planets with clones? Plus, they weren't cloning people like that back then, you know? You know? Need a video soon? I'll get working on the breakdown video as soon as we end this stream. Don't you worry about that. Where are the bounty hunters and the pirates? Well, that's probably going to come in next episode. Nobody really knew where they went, and Jod hid their trail when he blasted the Kim's computer when they left that planet. So they had no idea. Yeah. Okay, Star Wars, if you're still here, here's my follow-up question. I got nothing. I got nothing that you would actually answer. That's the problem. Is Neel a Jedi? No. I got a good one. You ready? Shit. This is tougher than it looks. Anthony says, Mike, the world building is incredible in this show. One wonders, why were the planets that we saw all a part of some sociological plan? But why? Why hide 9 planets just to do some sort of experiment? You know? The big question is, who hid the planets? Is it High Republic? Is it the Great Works? Is it Chancellor Lena So? Or is it even older than that? Is it the Old Republic, like the actual Old Republic, where they talk about the jewels of the Old Republic? I don't know. Hopefully we'll find out. But who knows? Maybe they'll save it for season 2, or maybe they won't even tell us at all. I don't know. It's tough. But I can't say I remember no At-Attin. I can't say I do. I think SM-33's captain died when their ship crashed. And he's one of the skeletons. But they didn't die on impact. They died fighting each other. So I think maybe his crew sort of just turned on the captain, you know? They rebelled back, you know? Yeah. My big thing is, where do we go from here? Like, this episode didn't, and I've said it 1,000 times now, didn't set up specifically what's coming next. Now, we do have some information about that from trailers and stuff. The snowy, mountainy planet. Hey, Star Wars, you want to give us a name of that planet? That's not giving that away. That's not giving much away. Name of snowy planet. If you say Hoth right now, I'd lose my mind. But I don't think you will. I feel like it might be one of the other planets. Name of snowy, mountainy planet. I feel like that's not too much to ask. Yeah. Imagine. Anthony says, by the way, am I at all wrong to think that it was a lightsaber that burned the coordinates? Well, SM-33 said he was the one who destroyed the coordinates. But it did look like something like a lightsaber that kind of sliced and diced it. True. Darth Drafter said, did the daughter grab Neel by the trunk and lead him away? LOL. Did she? I might have missed that. Well, this actually does confirm that list of planets that we were talking about before with Tatooine and Hoth and Kamino is not the list of hidden planets. Because we've been to 2 of them now, and neither of them are those. Yeah. Rose says, like I said, disassemble SM-33's body. Only activate his head and then get the coordinates. Yeah. That's probably the play. That is probably the play. You got to detach him from his body. There's a way to get around it, to sort of bring him back, turn him on, and figure out, I don't know. Guess we'll have to wait and see. At Mustafar, at Hothin. Nice. What was the second planet? The one we were on today? At Akron or at Acheron? Acheron? Something like that? Yeah, they were all at somethings. That's pretty interesting. At Attin, at Akron, at Ativo, whatever it was. I'll have to go back and check. Could Kamino be one of these hidden planets? No, because we know the backstory of Kamino. Kamino was hidden by Dooku. He went into the Jedi archives and switched him up using Sifo Dyas' name to hide the planet. So I don't think so. Big City says SM-33 had that torch in his hand in the last episode. Maybe he used that to destroy the coordinates. Oh yeah. The flamethrower thing that he had in the last episode. Could be. See, now the thing is, we have to really pay attention to these first couple episodes because there's key ingredients to the equation moving forward in this show. Fern coming in and telling the droid at her house running the memory override or whatever that she did on that droid at her house to tell her mom that she was there studying the whole time and she just didn't see her. That became extremely important today, as she did the same thing on SM-33. So now I wonder, what do we see in episode 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 that will become important moving down the line in the back half of this season? That's the big question. Yeah. I like that SM-3 was actually scarier. He was scarier for sure. That's true. KB is going to scan all the coordinates. I don't know if she can do that. That's the thing. She talked about there being millions of different circuits inside his head. Doesn't sound like an easy task to sort of go in and do that, you know? At the treasure planet, the planets all start with at. So nothing we've seen so far in Star Wars before. True. At least by that name, true. Could the non-planets... Wait, what? Could the non-planets were destroyed using Palpatine's Operation Cinder? No. I think these planets were destroyed a long time ago. Clearly, these people who were on the planet, the native people on the planet, they've been there for quite some time. They've been at this war for at least that little girl's whole life. Whole life. So it's been quite some time. Yeah. Does at translate to anything? I don't know. My daughter clapped when Neel hit SM33. That's awesome. This was such a feel-good episode. Like there was a slew of emotions, from love to hate to joy to sadness. It was all over the place. Yeah. Neel got a little girlfriend. Ooh, Neel's got a girlfriend. Neel's gonna be the keeper of the peace someday. He'll be the chancellor of the republic. Yeah. Hunter says they should have just got another planet, go to another planet's control room and get the coordinates. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. You got the coordinates to all these other planets. Who knows what they look like? Maybe one is completely destroyed. Maybe one is like this planet where it was at war. But you'll find a control room somewhere. You'll find the supervisor's tower somewhere on one of those other 8 planets. Or maybe you won't. Maybe they're all destroyed. Who knows? Maybe this was the only one standing. You have to think, nobody else was able to find At-Attin for all these years. So it's not going to be easy. That's for sure. It's not going to be easy. John says, the satellites in orbit looked like the Operation Cinder cannons. That's true. I actually thought they looked a lot like the Starlight Beacon. The Starlight Beacon from the High Republic. They looked very similar to that, too. But yeah, they did look like the Operation Cinder stuff, too. That is true. That is true. Oh, David Fieldsen with a very generous $5 holla. I appreciate that, David. I really, really do. Says, episode 4 felt like it reminded me too well that this is a kid show. It was okay, but felt a little fillery to me. Jod's acting like a Jedi would seemed a light sider. Interesting. Well, I disagree with you on the filler aspect of it, but I will agree that it was a shorter episode, which I was not so keen on. Wanted it to be, well, I guess I just want it to go on forever, but that's just my thing. If I could get constant Star Wars content coming out every second of every day, then I'd be satisfied. But until then, we cry about it. But obviously there's a lot of kids in this show. It's a planet with kids fighting on it. But I couldn't disagree with you more. But going back to the Jod thing, acting like a Jedi, he definitely saved the kids, but it's for his own benefit. He needs the kids still to get to this treasure. So I don't trust Jod any more than I did last week, but I still don't know. It doesn't give us any insight into his backstory. It doesn't tell us he's a Jedi or a Sith or anything like that. You know? I don't know. I'm just like rattling my brain. I don't know where we're going to go in episode 5. I had a sort of a trajectory of where this show was going to go after episode 3. This episode went to plan for the most part, but it didn't lead us into where I thought we were going in episode 5. I thought we were going to find the treasure in episode 5. Maybe we still will, but that seems very far off. I don't know. We are going back home. Okay, so let me find this frame, because this frame is extremely important. What trailer was that in? Somebody in the Discord. If you guys are not yet in the Discord, there's a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. Go join it immediately. But somebody in the Discord helped me out here. One of the Skeleton Crew trailers had a frame in it with Wim and Fern, and Wim's dad and Fern's mom, in that supervisor's room on At-Attin. But I don't remember which trailer it is. It's got to be one that we watched last stream, so I think it might be this one. I think it was towards the end, maybe. Maybe towards the beginning, maybe. Only a 1-minute trailer. Let's watch it.
Show roast.
I mean, he was not wrong.
No.
By the way, these are the Daniels. They're the directors of this episode, the guys who did Everything Everywhere All at Once. So they're the ones who did this episode, obviously, behind the scenes. In the Neel-centered episode, it was, of course, the love thing between him him and the girl.
So roast. I mean, he was not wrong.
No.
I'll offer something.
This. So this is the same room. This is the room we were just in this episode, but it's not destroyed. So this could be an episode, I don't think episode 5. I don't think so. And this big thing in the middle of the room was not there in this episode. But as you can see behind, there's the coordinates to one of the planets. There's the coordinates to the other planet over there. And there's more, like we just saw in this last episode, the coordinates to all the different 9 hidden planets. But I don't know. This does confirm that the kids will make it back home. This does confirm that the kids and the parents will go confront the supervisor. Whatever they're looking up at here is going to be extremely important. I mean, it's going to be the supervisor who's been in control this whole time. Is it next week yet? Is episode 5 out yet? Hey, Star Wars, if you're still here, could we like just do a double drop it. Just give us episode 5 now, and then we just won't wait till next week. You know, just do the double drop, please. The supervisor feels like a droid. I feel like it has to be a droid too, just because he's been around for so long, or she has been around for so long. And it would make the most sense for it to be a droid. I mean, nobody is living that long unless you're Maz Kanata at this point. Oh my God, imagine it's Maz Kanata. I don't think it will be. Supervisor's Jar Jar Binks. Okay, that's another. Yeah. Is this a confirmed pick from episode 5? Not episode 5 specifically, but it is, of course, a picture from the show. So, not episode 5, but yes, at some point in this show, we will get this frame. This is just a frame we've gotten in a trailer. So it does confirm that the kids will make it back home and that they will confront the supervisor, whoever that may be, in whatever they're looking up at in the sky, which is pretty interesting. Pretty dang interesting, if you ask me. But how did the ship end up on At-Attin in the first place? Well, we kind of got that answered tonight. SM-33 and his former crew found the coordinates, destroyed the coordinates, and made it all the way back. Made it to At-Attin, and then whenever they got there, you know. Your pal Joe says, Star Wars, please bring Mike to Japan. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. But I don't think so. Supreme Supervisor Snoke. No. I don't think this has anything really to do with the Supreme Leader. Yeah. Let's all raise a cup of blue liquid. Nice. On how great these young actors are. Yeah, I mean, they're incredible. Fern specifically this episode was awesome. Neel, of course, steals the show every week. But Fern specifically, she was incredible. I mean, spot on. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think this is our, I mean, this and of course the frame of the ancient Sith writing are now the two most important frames moving forward. The two most important frames we've seen, or I guess that we haven't seen in the show moving forward. It's this, because they're in the supervisor's room. They're going to meet the supervisor, actually meet the supervisor. And then, of course, the Sith writing, because it's frickin' Sith writing. Doesn't get much better than that. Oh my God, Darth Drafter with, oh my God, what are you doing? Darth Drafter with a $20 holla with just saying, I appreciate you, sir. What? I appreciate that, Darth Drafter. I really do. That's an insane amount of money just to say I appreciate you, so I really appreciate it. But say something else, God damn it. Thank you, Darth Drafter. I appreciate that quite a bit. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you. Okay. But where was I? What if the supervisor were one of Yoda's species? I don't know. I don't think so. Yoda's species is supposed to be something very sacred. Obviously, Grogu was a huge risk, and it paid off drastically. I mean, look down. He's on your shirt right now. Grogu is everywhere. I know he's not on my shirt, okay? I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I understand. Vader is, though, and he's badass, too. But no, Grogu's right behind me. He's everywhere. So it was a risk, but a risk that was a big reward with Grogu. I don't think they would add another Grogu, Yoda species. Yeah. Lowdown says, SM-33's former captain is the supervisor on At-Attin. But that doesn't make any sense because he was looking for At-Attin. So how would he be the supervisor there before he's even found the planet? The supervisor's been there long before this crew of pirates ever found the planet. You know? At-Attin was intact. At-Attin was already hidden away for who knows how long before it happened. You know? Before that captain, SM-33's former captain, ever found the planet. And that begs the question of how long has this planet really been hidden? It seems like quite some time. Yeah. We've hit the halfway mark of this season, and I will say a lot more questions than answers. And obviously, you usually have that with a series, and all the answers come in the last couple episodes. But we got a lot of unanswered ones right now, like a lot, and I can't wait to frickin' find out what they were. No force from Jod this episode. That's true. Jod did not wield the force this episode. And he did 3-4 times last episode. Interesting. Interessante. And what's weird too, and somebody brought this up in the comment section of something else, was when he's fighting against Kim in the last episode, he doesn't use the force. Like he could have just stopped her mid-flight. Go away, you stupid owl. Forced her across the room. You know, like he didn't do that. Sorry, Kim. You're great. That was me talking as Jod. Okay, nothing against you. But having said that, he didn't use the force in that fight. Weird, very weird. Could he be faking this whole time? I don't know. Yeah. The supervisor will be like Kevin from Marvel. Yeah. From She-Hulk. Could be. Imagine. It's like Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is the supervisor. Or Jon Favreau. Yeah. The ship is called the Onyx Cinder. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, it is. That is true. Operation Cinder, Onyx Cinder, coincidence? We actually haven't heard that this ship is called the Onyx Cinder. We know that because of the Lego set for the ship. That's what told us what the name of it was. But in this show so far, nobody has ever called it the Onyx Cinder. Get to the Onyx Cinder! No, that's never happened yet. Even SM-33 hasn't referred to his ship as the Onyx Cinder. Interesting. Interesting. I still don't think Jod is some big bad guy. Yeah, he's selfish, but he really could have shut off SM-33 and figured out on his own if he really wanted to. It was really easy for him to shut off SM-33. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely opportunities for him to be the bad guy, and he hasn't done that. But he still needs to get to this planet, and the kids are the only way to get there. So he's using them until he can't anymore, you know? 50 Thunderer says, I personally think that when the kids eventually meet the supervisor, the door will open and Wim will shout, Mom? I love the mom supervisor theory, but again, it seems like At-Attin has been hidden for a lot longer than just the course of Wim's mom's life. So this supervisor, I don't think, can be human. No, has to be a droid of some sort. Yeah. Fern says, I think that SM-33 had to at least have seen the supervisor, and maybe him and his robots killed the original captain and became the new captain and ordered him not to remember At-Attin. Do you think the supervisor killed the captain and ordered SM-33 to not remember At-Attin? Again, I think you're wrong. Why would the supervisor, 1, keep SM-33 alive, 2, bury the Onyx Cinder in the forest, and 3, leave any sort of evidence to suggest that anybody made it to the planet? It's got to be a droid. The planet's run by droids. The satellites orbiting the planet, when they arrived, were they the barrier? Yeah. They were definitely the barrier. Well, they were... Actually, interestingly enough, this planet did have a similar... Did have a very similar... Why is it doing that? did have a very similar, let me try and find it here, cloud of green gas around it, like At-Attin does, because it was hidden away. All right, we got to look this up. Operation Cinder Ship. Oh, it looks so much like it. It looks so similar. It can't relate to the Operation Cinder, though. It just can't. The timeline doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Unless Operation Cinder destroyed all the planets. Hang on. We're going to StarWars.com. We're going straight to the source. Operation Cinder. If you saw in the season 2 episode of The Mandalorian, Chapter 5, The Believer, you might recall the mention of something called Operation Cinder. This was the Bill Burr episode. Well, it's something that quite clearly had an impact on Miggs Mayfeld. It's possible that you may not have known just what Operation Cinder was, except for obviously it being really, really bad. Well, have no fear. StarWars.com is here to delve deeper into the Onyx Cinder. Okay, here we go. Onyx Cinder. The first appearance. Onyx Cinder's first appearance was in the Marvel Comics Star Wars Shattered Empire by Greg and Marco. 4-issue limited series, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then it was in, of course, Battlefront 2, which most of us know it from, in the campaign with Onyx Cinder. First Command, Iden Versio. All right, but let's get to what it is. Onyx Cinder was, to put it bluntly, part of Emperor Palpatine's evil contingency plan. In the event of the Emperor's death, a series of red-robed messenger droids were to go out, designated members of the Empire, and deliver the final orders. These orders to burn away the ideals of resistance, rebellion, and defiance through by attacks that would score a planet such as Palpatine's own homeworld of Naboo. Yeah. So the logistics of Onyx Cinder involved using climate disruption, easy for me to say, arrays to alter the weather around the planet in order to create catastrophic storms that would wreak havoc on key inhabited worlds. These attacks were supplemented by the Imperial fleet participating in orbital bombardments. TIE fighters grouped such as the 204th Imperial Flight Wing, as we saw, also known as Shadow Wing, helped turn the planet of Nacrosis into dust. So it was just a failsafe to kill all these rebellious planets. But it doesn't seem like, obviously, changing the climate to make these huge storms and to destroy inhabited worlds, but it doesn't seem like this has anything to do with the satellites that we saw in this Skeleton Crew episode. Yes, they look very similar, but it doesn't look like they have anything to do with each other. So they come out of hyperspace inside of the sort of nebula. Oh, that's the best look we got at one. All right, let me show you guys this. Let me show you this. Bring that over there. Bring this over there. Okay, so this is the best look we got at one. Right there over on the left. And then if you look at Operation Cinder ships, they look the exact same. I mean, this, it's a little different, but it is very similar. So this versus this. See, one looks more like a spaceship to me, or a satellite, and this one looks like a weapon. Oh, whoops, sorry. This one looks like a weapon. This over, it's very similar, Jet. It is very similar. But again, I don't see any connection between, other than just that they look alike, I don't see any connection between Operation Cinder and what's going on with At-Attin and these other 9 missing planets, because those happen hundreds, if not thousands of years apart. These 9 planets getting hidden and going missing, those are very different than after Palpatine died, which was only a couple of years ago in the timeline via with Skeleton Crew. Operation Cinder only happened a few years before that. these planets going into hiding were a long time ago. Long time ago. Starlight Beacon. It does kind of look like Starlight Beacon, but not as much as it does the Operation Cinder ships. I'll show you what Starlight Beacon looks like. Starlight Beacon. Starlight Beacon is the sort of the Republic during the High Republic, the Republic's efforts to expand into the Outer Rim. So the Starlight Beacon looks like this. This. So it is very similar on the bottom half, like from this bottom point up to sort of the circular thing here. But after that, like these satellites don't have this big thing on the top. So it is very similar to the Starlight Beacon, but a little bit different. Just a tad. I think it's going to be something completely new, but it definitely is important that it looks similar. I don't know, chat. I don't know, chat. Something weird is going on here. Yeah. Your view on Jude Law's what's your view on Jude Law's choice of going to switch off the droid? I think he has the Force abilities, which would be a much simpler solution for that moment. True. I think if he was really strong with the Force or very good at wielding the Force, he probably could have used it in some sort of way then. I don't know. This episode didn't fully convince me that he's a Jedi. That's for sure. He didn't really use it at all. How's the jerky going, Mike? I'm out. I'm all out of the jerky. I'd like some more. Waiter! No, I'm kidding. I'll get some food to eat probably just while I make my breakdown, you know? Yeah. SM33 seems to remember the planet vividly. Well, yes, now he does, but it's hard to kind of get that information out of him, especially when he's trying to murder you. Mike, At-Attin is being held hostage. The satellites probably weren't instituted until Operation Cinder. But how would they, if they found At-Attin, because those satellites are around At-Attin, they're the red dots in the sky. If they found it, then wouldn't it not be a hidden planet? Like if they found it, put those Operation Cinder satellites around the planet, then they found the planet. It's not a hidden planet anymore. I don't know. Beeline B says, the Hattons sound similar to the At-Attin. That is true. The bad guys on this planet were called the Hattons. Like the bad army, the people that they were working against. That is true. Didn't think of that. I don't think these planets/civilizations are as old as we are being led to believe. Well, they have to be pretty old. Because they know, or Kim knows for a fact, that they were hidden. They were once the jewels of the old republic, but they were hidden, and 8 of them were found long ago and destroyed. Long ago. And we got that confirmed tonight, as the people who are fighting each other on this planet, the Hattons and the Toiks? The Troiks? Whatever it was. They've been fighting for at least the kids' whole lives. They've been at this constant war for at least, I'd guess, a few hundred years. But it's at least longer than before the prequel trilogy. Yeah. Indeed. The school is an exact match. Yeah, I mean, the planets are exact replicas. They have the same supervisor tower. They have the same schools. All of it's the same. Just one's destroyed and one isn't. Yeah. I never realized that seeing an elephant faint would be such an emotional moment. True. True. Yeah. Lobo says, there's no way this show is going to connect to Operation Cinder. I agree with you. Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's it. I agree with you. End of sentence. Theory. What if the supervisor is a droid, but it's also a dude frozen in time from the old republic? That would be insane. Like, actually insane. Hard to play, hard to execute. You just did that recently in Jedi Survivor with Dagon, and that was pretty cool. But having somebody frozen in stasis or frozen in carbonite or frozen in time in a bacta tank is pretty difficult to achieve, especially if you're talking thousands of years back to the old Republic. Yeah. But it would be kind of cool to see like maybe a brain, just like in those movies when there's like a brain controlling everything, but it's just the brain and there's like sensors on the brain and then there's just a bunch of computer screens. I don't know. We're getting too crazy now. We're getting too crazy, chat. All right, but I am going to have to go make this breakdown video. So let me actually end this poll about what you thought of episode 4 of Skeleton Crew. Let's see where we're at. What did you think of Skeleton Crew episode 4? Did you love it, like it, meh, or hate it? 44% of you loved it. 32% of you liked it. 13% said meh, and 5% hated it. That means, quick maths, 77-ish? 77-ish% of you guys loved or liked it. And that's actually even more than that, right? 87. What? I don't know. My math is terrible right now, but a lot of you guys either liked it or loved it, and that's great to see again for 4 straight weeks. I think this episode was probably not as good as episode 2 and 3, but I think it set up even more greater stuff to come. But that's just me. I'm going to rewatch it, of course, a couple times, make my breakdown video, all that stuff. So watch out for a breakdown video tomorrow morning, very early in the morning, hopefully the latest, 6 a.m. That gives me about 7 hours to make a breakdown video. If I can make a breakdown video in 7 hours, I don't know. We'll find out. It was a shorter episode, so hopefully it won't be as long as a breakdown. Literally last week, we had a 2-episode premiere, and I made a 21-minute breakdown. And then we got the third episode, but the third episode was so good, it had so many Easter eggs that it was a 19-minute breakdown video. I was like, what the hell? How is a 2-episode breakdown video just as long as a 1-episode? So hopefully it won't be 19 minutes again this week, but we'll aim for like 10. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But until then, watch out for that breakdown video tomorrow, live stream on Thursday where we'll speculate all about it and talk about it. And then, of course, a video on Friday, live stream Saturday, and so on and so forth. Episode 5 comes out on Christmas Eve next week. So I don't know if Disney's planning something like release a day early or something, but we'll have to see how that goes. Because Christmas Eve, that would mean I'd be up making a breakdown video when Santa comes, and I don't want to do that. So we'll figure it out. Star Wars, if you're still here, let's push that up a day, you know? Let me be asleep when Santa comes. But until then, smash a freaking like on the stream if you have not yet. How many likes do we have? How many likes? We were up over 100. We should have a bunch of 75. Oh my God, 75 likes. Can we get some freaking likes in the stream? But smash a freaking like on the stream if you have not already. This was one of my favorite watch parties of all time. Shout out to Star Wars for popping in and leaving us some wise words of wisdom. Even though they couldn't answer any of my questions. No, I'm kidding. But I appreciate it. And I appreciate all you guys. Huge shout out to David and Darth Drafter for the very generous super chats. Did I miss a super chat? Don't want to do that. No. Okay. So huge shout out to Darth Drafter and David for the very generous super chats. I appreciate it quite a bit. And watch out for that breakdown video tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Watch out for the breakdown video tomorrow. And until then, may the force be with you. Always. Oh, yeah. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate you guys so much more than you will ever know. Yeah, watch out for that breakdown video. I'm going to get going to work right now on that. It'll be a long night. But if you want to keep talking, go join the Discord. There's a link in the description to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. Go join it immediately and keep the conversation going. Of course, only talk about it in the spoiler zone, so we're not spoiling it for everybody who hasn't watched it yet. Not everybody can get to it right away. But I appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Great rest of your lives. Watch out for that breakdown video tomorrow. And good night, everybody. Yeah.